afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the studio. There we go. Today I'm going to be doing some more throwing. I'm going to be making some pitchers, some of the Ikebana flower pots, just a bigger size than I made the other day. And then, what else did I put in my title? Mugs. More mugs. That's right. See, it's good to write these things down so you don't forget. But the pitcher that I'm doing is going to be a 2-quart pitcher. No, 1-quart pitcher. I'm not doing the 2 quarts yet. 2 pounds of clay to make a 1-quart pitcher. And that's what, it's going to get a handle. Today I'm just going to be doing the form. And I'll keep this up here so I see what it looks like to remind myself. And then later on this evening I'll add the handle. But it's 2 pounds of clay. The larger pitchers are 4 pounds, and I may do some of those another day. I'll have to get some handles ready for those because they take much longer and wider handles. Yesterday we made some of the bottles, and they turned out nice. So the shape of this is going to be very familiar because it's going to be basically like a large mug shape. Oh no! Top down. You're not the one that usually messes up. Where are you? There we go. Okay, that was easy. And I wonder if I can still hear my music. Can y'all still hear music? Just wonder if it's really low. This is going to come back on in a minute and it's going to like blast us away. Your music is good? Okay, okay. Am I really a streamer if there's not tech issues, right? It is live. Yeah, I hate to say this and jinx it, but it's usually the side cam that gives me more issues than the top down, but... This one has pretty heavy throwing lines, but I still like to put a little mark there. Maybe make this a little bit narrower. Ah, that's nice. And then I'll stop spinning the thing around, and then we'll... Minnie, honey, you're not doing very good today. Minnie's had a rough day. If she comes over here, we'll have to give her some love. She's had it rough. she tried to jump. We have like, I don't know how to explain this. We have like shelves in the front of the studio where we store our cardboard boxes, and some of like our biggest ones hang off of the shelf a little bit. Well, Minnie jumped on top of them and like overbalanced all of them so that they all fell down with her onto the floor from like probably 7 feet up in the air. Nobody was hurt. Nothing was hurt, but she was a bit scared and embarrassed. Her feelings were hurt. Yeah. I know, she was like so hesitant to even jump on the table a while ago. Mm-hmm. Actually, before I put this over here, I want to compare it to this other one because it is 2 pounds. Let's see. You know what? Let me go get something else. I have so I took most of the like the towels and aprons that we had in here and I washed them. And so now I need a new towel. There's Kiba. Of course I did that. Set it too close, but it's all right. So seeing how that's good. Okay, it's gonna shrink a little bit, so that is good. I want to kind of make note of the height that I have here, and then so let's set up a guide. Give her some extra cuddles from you. You might be allergic to her, but she needs loving. Yeah. Yeah, because they're usually so very careful in here. They look and make sure they're not gonna like disturb anything probably because every time they squish something, I get upset or whatever. But they're not vindictive, her or Kiba. They don't try to knock things over just to get attention. So we've gotten very lucky in that they're very careful. And I don't know if I should give Kiba credit for that or not, because like Minnie learned from him, but Kiba just has always been so big and lazy that he's never jumped on anything. So pictures today, yes. We have made one so far. Of course, that's what else I meant to do, is figure out why I can't hear the music anymore when I could just a few minutes ago before I started the stream. So, yeah, no, our cameras are still working. There it is, yep. I don't want it to be too loud, but I just want to be able to hear it. Just disconnected for a second. We have so our computers are like 2 rooms away. What did you do? Okay, there we go. Our computers are a 2 rooms away at least, and so come on, this way. There you go. Stepped on the mouse, messed with the camera. Awkward cat is awkward. Yes. So what I was saying is we got a Bluetooth extender so I could have a Bluetooth speaker back here, a wireless speaker, so we didn't have to like run more wires through here. Because right now everything is like Daniel had taken the time to run wires through the ceiling and along the walls to get everything, my monitors and everything functioning back here. Quicksilver, hello. You think a loud purr makes everything okay. If only we'd had a camera today. One for when Minnie caused an avalanche, but also apparently the avalanche also caused like all the packing peanuts in the room to flow through the air, fly through the air, and so like Kiba was walking around with like packing peanuts stuck to him for a little while. Sorry, Wonder Hamster. I was just trying to say we got it. We got something working, and it is working. So you can clarify for me. What did you do to the camera, Kiba? Oh, that's right. You stuck your butt into the camera. And so the camera adjusted to give us all a close-up view of your butt fur. And now you've broken it. It'll fix itself in a minute. There was clumsy kitty drama. So we have our cardboard boxes are stored on shelves, and the largest one is like the 20 by 20 inch boxes are like on the top shelf. What have you got on your face? Oh, yes, you got something stuck right there. Okay. On the very on the higher shelf, like at least 7 feet up, and it hangs out over the edge of the shelf a little bit, but they're like stored flat up there. And Minnie found a way to jump up there today, not realizing that if she jumped up there, and they all flipped on her, and came crashing to the ground. Nothing was hurt. Nobody was hurt. Nothing was hurt. Nothing was broken, but it just like made a lot of noise and scared her. So she has been very hesitant to jump on things today after that. She's I guess there was not enough of them there anymore to counterbalance when she's done that before, because I'm pretty sure she's done that before. Let's see if we can get this thing to refocus. There we go. So like I said, nobody was hurt. Her pride, that's what was hurt, yes. Her feelings. Have you been outside? Your feet are wet. Like maybe. Quicksilver, well, happy unbirthday. Mickey was hurt yesterday, yes. We were not as worried about Mickey. We had there was a mouse at home that the cats found, and then lost, and then found it again. That poor mouse chose poorly. Like all the houses around us, it could have chosen to come in. It chose to come into the one with 5 cats. Crystal Wolf, hello. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Poor Mickey was unalived, yes. Oops, sorry. I like making a line right here at the kind of shoulder of the piece. That gives me a good spot to attach a handle. And then also, if I'm layering colors, it gives me that's a good area, like a good line in reference to how far down I need to like dip a piece when layering it. Oh no, Crystal said, not to make a joke out of that situation, but your car did the same thing yesterday. Oh no. Your car got attacked by 9 cats? Really? Phew. You don't hear about that every day. I'll try to do that to the last one. I need to go back and make this a sharper a point here, like where I have the rest of the rim. It's chunkier and rounded. At the point where the liquid or fluid is leaving the spout there, it needs to be more of a sharp edge. That way it will, that's the difference in pouring something out and cutting off the fluid quickly versus having something that dribbles. It died. Yes, I'm sorry. Viking, you had a couple of unfortunate Mickey incursions that wound up letting you know that you had a breach in your clothes dryer ducting. Ooh, we had not thought about checking there. We had a new furnace put in this year, and I have been assuming, because we don't know where they were coming from, but I thought, because we've had more than one, but so I thought maybe, it had something to do with that, the duct work. Maybe something had gotten in that way. Just the furnace duct work. But you got to change out your car battery by yourself for the first time. Yay! Oh my gosh. I hope it's easier than changing out our car battery. We had to do that, and it is the most awkward and unhelpful place. Like the battery places where you go buy like the AutoZone type places where you can go and buy a battery and have them put it in. Like they won't even touch it because you have to remove the front driver's side tire to access the battery. Most unhelpful design ever. Well, Kiba's all the way over there. Let me get some more tiles. Do you have Minnie over there? Okay. I'm gonna see. I heard something outside. I'm gonna go see what that was. No, it's a Dodge Journey, and it's also it's the same frame as a Dodge Dakota. So a lot of it was a similar frame for a lot of other vehicles, and it's a horrific design. Was that you? All right, we're back. Yarnia, whoa, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Of course, as soon as I walk away. Minnie came running in here like she was scared, so I was like, what's happened now? Crystal Wolf, is that where yours was? It's like if I already dipped my hand in water here before I scratched my face. I checked. At least I checked that time. But welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. I am just getting started, so perfect timing. Yarnia, hey, what were you working on today? And thank you again for the raid. You had a 95 Monte Carlo when it didn't start the first time. Your dad thought it was like the battery, and it was so badly placed. Okay, maybe it's not just our car then. So this is 2 pounds of clay, and I'm going to use it to make one of our 1-quart pitchers. Your sweater blouse is coming along nicely. Good. You're transforming into Yawnia already. Ooh. It sounds like you need a nap then. Is he purring? Like he's proud of himself? Kiba's decided he could be in someone else's way. Cookies and tea, milk and cookies. Milk and cookies is always best. Here we go. Whoa, you had a car once, a Mercury Mystique, that constantly had alternators die. And to change the alternator, you had to remove the front axle. Wow. I won't complain about having to remove a tire then. Actually, I will. I will always complain about having to remove a tire to get to the battery. Not like I've done it all by myself, but... Make this a bit taller. It's a bit wider than the others. There we go. How are we going to glaze these? Do I have colors in mind already? For these, I don't. Because they are mostly going to be for stock. So I'll look and see like what colors we have in stock and maybe fill in with extras, fill in some other colors. The next show we're going to is partially a wholesale show. So I'm going to take like one of everything I make and make them all the same color. So I've got to pick my main color, my main like 2 colors anyway, because I like to have like 2 complementary colors there. So usually I go with like blue and black because it's very striking and it is my most popular color. But I will need to decide on a secondary color, and I'm really thinking about Treebeard. But I don't know if the blue and the black and the Treebeard will be very complementary together. So red and green. So if you look at this one right here, that is red and green. The green turns blue over red. This is one that is, this is a color I've done before as one of my main, like, sample colors. It's the blue and gray called the Stormy Skies. And it's busted because it's sometimes if the glaze gets too thick, it runs and it sticks to the kiln shelf, and sometimes part of the pot sticks. Sometimes the glaze sticks to the kiln shelf. Sometimes part of the pot sticks to the kiln shelf. Sometimes part of the kiln shelf sticks to the pot, and so that's why this one is still here. So I use it as kind of a sample. But this is one of the bigger ones. This is one of the 2-quart pitchers. Why does the green turn blue? It's because the colorants in the glazes, they don't work like paint. The colorants are more, they're metal oxides, so they change color when you fire them, and that usually the changing of colors when they melt doesn't happen until you get up to the 2232 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's chemistry at over 2000 degrees. Whoop, nope, I need a tile first. Come on. Welcome back. The blue and the pink, yes. That one is called Cotton Candy, and that one, like, I was so surprised at those top two, the blue and pink and the pink and orange, at how popular they were, not just for individual orders, because we have a lot of people order those colors, but at the wholesale show, like, I took that. That's my, I need to clean it off, obviously, but that is my, one of my glaze sample charts that I take with me to the wholesale show. That's what I originally made it for. And so, and I just put those on there to see if, to show people that we had options. And I had several people that wanted to order those colors for their shop. What's the matter, buddy? One of Kiba's problems is that he will not settle down. Like, he'll eventually settle down and take a nap somewhere, but if he thinks he can get attention, he is going to be in your way. Yes, that's what I love about him. I love the drippiness, but it's also like, it's also a risk because, as you can see on that last one, sometimes it runs completely off the pot. So there's this balancing act that you have to do between like getting the colors and the effects that you want versus having a functional pot. Hi, Minnie. So Cinco, you know what? I don't know that I've heard that specific term, but I know what you're talking about. Kiba is from Naruto. Kiba is the ninja who has a black and white dog named Akamaru. But I wasn't going to try to spell Akamaru to the vet. But I know what you're talking about because you can get them in like various sizes, like from industrial levels to just something to put in your you know, home garden or flower pot. But Cinco, yeah, so it's usually porous clay. So in the case of this clay, it would be just bisque-fired clay that's still porous, makes something that can hold water, and it slowly waters the ground, right? There we go, that's better. We got water in there. We got a little bit of water in here. Oh, really? You made some for yourself for your garden beds, and it's a game changer. Here we go. And then we'll put handles on them once the form dries out a bit. Smith Clay, hello! Smith Clay's up for 98 months. That is such a long time. Thank you so much. Only 2 more months till 100. That is so awesome. And thank you for supporting the studio for so long. Thank you so much for helping to keep the cats in kibble. Because as you know, guys, subs are not required to watch the channel, but they are greatly appreciated because we are a small business here. Every little bit helps, and like I said, got to keep the cats in kibble. You know what? I think I did. Now that you mention it, I think I saw that. Same color and everything. If not, I remember you talking about it here, so. Exact same thing. We can do that. Come on. Yeah, come on. Sorry, I didn't know she was about to walk over when I threw that down. Minnie's not having a good day. Where are you going now, huh? Come on. You want to go this way? Come on. Here we go. Now Kiba's got his stair steps. Well, honey, you just can't decide what you want to do. Could I make tiles? I suppose I could. I just don't. I've never really have flat things. Like sometimes the hardest part of making tiles is keeping them flat. But I've never made wall tiles or anything, or floor tiles or anything like that. Yeah. So Minnie is the gray one, and Kiba is the cow. Uh, 10 liters. A liter is about 2.5 gallons. Okay. Yeah, and I wonder how much that would, how long that would last. The 2.5 gallons of water. I guess it depends on the type of year too. Welsh Jenny, never fear. You say you're going to fall in love with everything I make and be disappointed because we don't post to the UK. Well, never fear because we will we can get it to you. You can go on the website, and if you put something in the cart and put in your shipping information, it'll give you a quote. It may not be a fun experience, but it'll still give you a quote. Usually last about a month. Okay. Yes, we've got somebody else in here. They're running the pug mill, so you'll hear that going every once in a while. Keeping Kiba distracted. There we go. So, Jenny, the store, if you do the shop command, it'll give you a link, but it is paulystudios.com. But it should be on Instagram too. It should be the link in our Instagram page. Cinco, you love the style of the Roman and Greek pottery. Oh yeah, it's classic. Well, Boogie, you say you always end up buying stuff as gift and never for your as gifts and never for yourself. Everybody's always telling me how much they use the mug or yarn bowl that you got them or whatever. It's time to get something for yourself. It was probably easier to decide on what you want to buy when it's for somebody else rather than for yourself. Let's get the water out of here. need some more tiles. You're back from driving into town, that long trek. There was a hamster out in the wild. Oh, you want to get something really offensive. You want one of the curse word mugs. They come in censored. We can censor them. Yeah, you want one with an accidental cat paw print. Yep. Unfortunately, they don't do that very often. Or fortunately, because... And when it does happen, it doesn't usually tend to be very convenient. What usually happens is if I have like a bunch of things covered up with plastic to keep them from drying out as fast, the cats will try to walk over that because they think it's just something they can step on. And so things are usually massacred by the kaiju kitty. Kiba like rolled over onto a table full of mugs that were like that one time, mug bodies. And like his girth took out like 7 pieces and just squished them. I think that's the exact time I started getting him his own little cushion to sit on, so he would lay on that and not like accidentally roll onto the pieces. Spooky. No, the boxes were not loaded because until when I got back there was no space. No space to move the van around. So they are not yet loaded. This is a picture. Oh, yes. There is product in the boxes. The boxes are not in the van. So this is going to be a 1-quart pitcher. Here we go. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see it up there, but this is, I'll add the handles tonight. That's similar to what it will look like. They're all a tiny bit different. few more tiles. I want to make some of the larger ikebanas. There is product in the boxes. Has to be like an FBI trigger phase. Now this one is going to be a flat flower pot, which is called an ikebana. I made some of the smaller versions of these the other day. This is going to be one of the bigger. Here we go. Let's trim this a little bit. Maybe flatten it a tad. There, I like that. Let's see if I can get my hand, or at least a couple fingers in there, and smooth out that bottom. Because I want to glue a flower frog onto that area, and I want... But so I don't need the swirls. I need to pay attention to that next time so I smooth that out a little bit better. Yes, very, very UFO. I've made teapots similar to that, and I call it the UFO shape. Flying saucer shape. I want a wider piece. Here we go. Ikebanas, if they're there, they're going to be in housewares. I would search, so ikebana is Ikebana, and search for that. Might be able to search for flower, and it can be there too. Whoa! Well, that's what happens if you don't use enough water. Things stick to your hands. Let's try this again. There we go. Seems smooth that out a little bit more. These are fun forms because they, like, at one point I was using them to kind of test out new things, like new patterns and designs and everything, because they make a good canvas for just playing around with new stuff. No luck? Okay. Then they might not be there anymore. We'll have to add them back. Here we go. So I made some of the smaller versions the other day, and so that's the smaller version. So it's like, this one's going to end up being like 5 inches wide, or that one's going to be at least 7, if not 8. But I also made some of the same form, but I closed it in, so you can even see, if you go see in there, I don't know if you can see the center point where I closed it in. But I made making these as wall pockets, so you can, I'll put a hole in the back, and you can hang them on the wall and have stuff coming out the top. So if I have some leftover 2-pound pieces, I might make some larger versions too. See, you're still not thinking of buying for yourself. But no, send me an email, and I can actually send you some pictures of ones that I have in stock, because I have some. Or if there's a color you think you'd like, let me know. If I'll see if I have a picture of it. So, yeah, same colors as the mugs, yeah. Though, because it's a flat form, things are not going to get as drippy, but you still see multiple colors. Wait, I forgot what I was doing here. Hold on a second. She likes to sit up there where it's warm, but you could sit her on a bucket if she'd go. She'll let go. That look of betrayal. Oh, you fell in love with too many things in the shop and you need to live closer, yeah. Crystal Wolf, what do? You love your job because you can show your silly side to your coworkers and they don't give a crap. They do the exact same. That is fun. Hey, Minnie. Come on. I know it's been a hard day, hasn't it? So this is Minnie. She is super, super soft. Yeah, she's just ready to take a nap. She just wants a warm human to cuddle with. Minnie is not usually a cuddler. She'll want, usually if she gets spooked or something and wants reassurance, she'll want a small cuddle and then she'll go away. Was that all you needed? Oof. Mm-hmm. Is that all you needed? She's licking the clay while trying not to get her feet wet. No, we have boxes, like our cardboard boxes that we use for shipping. We have them laying flat on shelves in the front of the studio, and the highest shelf is the biggest boxes because they stick out from the shelf. So we put them above our heads so we're not constantly tripping over them. And Minnie decided to jump. She had climbed up on some other boxes and was gonna jump onto them, and there was no counterbalance, so she jumped on the edge of the boxes and they flipped over and her and the boxes fell to the ground. Keep forgetting what I'm making here. So she's been a bit flustered. She's not been as confident in her jumping today as she normally is. Nobody was hurt. Nothing was broken. Just pride. That's pretty good. Gotta fall off a high shelf once to know not to do it again, yeah. And that's the thing, I think she had done it before, but the boxes were heavy enough that they didn't. There was enough boxes up there that they didn't all fall down, but this time there wasn't a counterbalance of weight up there, and so because like I said, the cats are really good about like not jumping where they can't see, and they're not, you know, vindictive as in like knocking things over to get attention. So three, okay, yeah, 2 pounds. Lunap, thank you for the follow. Oh, you love how it looks first like I'm making a plate. Then nope. There we go. We have 6 so far. I'm going to make 4 more. Magic! What sorcery is this? It's like sometimes I say when I'm describing the glazes, like, yeah, it's metal oxides melting, it's chemistry at 2,000 degrees, or magic, you know, whatever. Whatever you feel like calling it. As I do my earthbending sorcery. Trying to flatten that out a little bit. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indiscernible from magic. I set it on fire and it changes color. I mean, there we go. Well, hello again. Oh, it's biscuit making time. Jenny, you're off to bed? Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night. So let's do 2 more of these. And then I'll have some left over. I'll see if I can make a few enclosed forms. I think Minnie's a bit fluffier than she used to be. Sometimes we all get that way in the wintertime. Yeah. Whoops, sorry I did that. Piggy. What did you call Minnie? But yeah, she's a bit chunkier than she used to be. That pig looks like Wilbur. Wasn't that the pig's name, Wilbur, in Charlotte's Web? Yeah, Minnie is. She's over 6 years old because it's been 6 years since she's been with us 6 years now, so she's like 6.5. Yeah, she showed up sometime in early February. So I need some new book recommendations. Is anybody here reading anything right now? I enjoy fantasy, and I enjoy I've just gotten off of a big murder mystery series kick, so I kind of need something different. I was looking for something funny. Has anybody ever read The Wandering Inn? I've seen a lot about that one, or heard a lot about it. It's been recommended by a couple people. So I might see what it's all about. I've been listening to a series, the Maisie Dobbs detective series, and it's really, really good. But the last, well, actually, all of them have, quite a few of them have had to do with people who were spies in World War One and between World War One and World War Two and in World War Two, and so it gets to be pretty dark. Though it's not super graphic, so but it's still anything to do with spies can get pretty dark. There you go, Boogie. Thank you for that suggestion. If I ever have trouble sleeping. The IBM PC XT User's Guide. There's a Terry Pratchett bundle on Humble Bundle. So what is the Humble Bundles? What are they? Are they just ebooks? Are they audiobooks? Because I've heard people talk about like the different scheduled dates for the like Stuff Your Kindle Day. And there's a fantasy one coming up that I may look at. But then I listen to audiobooks. I don't know if that would work, if it works that way. Like if you have the Kindle version, then it makes the audiobook cheaper. I know a lot of times if you have the audiobook, you can get the Kindle version for like $1. Oh, and part of it goes to charity. Gotcha. That is one thing I've thought of doing, is just going back and rereading some of the Terry Pratchett books. Or rereading some of my favorite series. So I'm going to see if I can make one or two of these and close it in. Oh, I know. I love Janet Ivanovich. I do. I don't remember how far I've gotten into the series, because on Hoopla they have, I think, up to 16 or 18. I forget. But did I see like recently that they're up to 30 of them? There's an audiobook called Sky's End, just released on Libby. No, that's what I've read, the Stephanie Plum series. That's what I've read. Where I thought they're up into the 30s now. My favorite go-tos are Jodi Taylor, the author, The Chronicles of St. Mary's. I don't know if it would be like technically like sci-fi or fantasy, but it's like time travel, historical fiction, because they time travel, and so there's a lot of history in it. But you know, mystery solving, adventure. But they're funny. They have an appropriate balance of humor and drama. And that's the series I can go back and just like reread over and over again. I've not gotten tired of it. There we go. Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. It's like cat solving mysteries. Oh, Ms. Murphy series. You know what? My mother may have had a bunch of those. I'll have to see if that's what she read, that she got into. Because at one point when I worked at a library. Let me finish that off. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I can flatten it out any. Yeah, at one point I worked, one of my first jobs was at my public library, and so I ended up getting like my entire family reading because I would just like bring home tons of books, because if you work there, you don't have a limit to the amount of books you can check out, and so I just had books lying around everywhere. Another one, World War II. It's a real person who served as a soldier in World War II. It's called Unbroken. So this one, let's see, is going to end up hopefully looking like this. I'm going to cut the top off of it and have it be a wall pocket, so you can hang it on the wall and put whatever in it, but flowers probably. So that's what a lot of these had in them. It's like the generation that, from the book series I was reading, the main character serves in World War I, and then it's a lot of stuff dealing with the 20s and 30s, and then into the same generation into World War II. So I've kind of want to get away from the war stories. But very, very good series. I mean, I've gone through like 15 books in like a month or two, so. Here we go. First try. Now I can shape it a little bit more, but let's try not to pop it. Let me trim a little bit off the bottom. Make 2 more of these, and then we'll move on to some mugs. I've stopped making pots and started making ceramic pillows. That one was very close to being a poop emoji. The way it was swirling. Whoops, I popped it. And it's sinking. There we go. Hey, Adorned. What do I think of the Weaver mug in the 24-ounce tankard in Treebeard? I think that'd be a good color for it. Treebeard is kind of goes with anything. I usually made it in like a purple color because purple and black seems to be kind of a witchy color for me. But Treebeard's good too. If you're looking at tankards, take a look at the in-stock section and search for tankards, I guess. Or no, search for 24-ounce because that's the best way to do it. Because I just yesterday or this morning put the tankards we have in stock on the website. If you're looking for any tankards. That was mean. And there's a couple we have that aren't on there. Like none of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy are on there yet. So I have one that says "Don't Panic," and I've got the regular 20-ounce mugs in Hitchhikers, including Marvin. And then I've got a couple of the Akatar mugs left, which obviously aren't on there because I just made them this month. Takes so much energy. Oh, I know. So many decisions. So the pieces I'm making today are flower pots. Making the version that actually had a hole in it, which is, important for a flower pot, right? These I'm going to be cutting parts off to make a hole, to make an opening. Okay, I will send you some more pictures. What'd you think of our display? Like, I really like it, and it works well in our area. But it is huge. It is big getting in there. It does take up a lot of space. But it is in 2 different pieces. Shoot, this is like, could make a mini yarn bill. And that's exactly what I'm making, the shape that I'm making, a dome. But that's like to showcase all of our mugs because that's our main product. I realize mugs are just like a side accessory for you. It is metal. It is sheet metal. So it was like a bolt bin to have, well, nuts and bolts and screws and stuff in. But you find a lot of them made out of wood. The wood ones are more expensive because they look more rustic, it's for decorative purposes now. People are using them a lot. Okay, I popped it. Let's fill it in. I can fit like maybe 2 mugs. I can maybe 3 deep. It's 12 inches deep, so 2 to 3 deep. Though they don't fit in there with the boxes. Which, they're presentation anyway, so they just take them out of the boxes. And the reason the boxes don't fit is that little lip that's on them. It also keeps them from falling off, but that little lip keeps the boxes from like fitting in there. Make sure the handles are all shaped so they fit well. They do. The handles are all basically the same shape. They're going to vary a little bit, but they're, we just cut them all to the same size. Whoops, I didn't trim this off, did I? Usually what tends to be the issue is if the mug body is like one is a little bit wider, more pot-bellied than the other. Might be a little bit off. Really, you didn't sell a single mug the first month because they were all stacked inside the boxes? And once you took them back out, they started selling again? Yeah, that's what, like, one of the reasons, like, the boxes are wonderful for shipping, and they're wonderful at a show when we need to just give, instead of, like, wrapping it in bubbles, we give a box. But even at shows, we take them out of the boxes and just have, like, the boxes behind them, the back stock behind them. Yeah, the roses are dead. Yes, that's a good Valentine's Day mug. Roses are dead, hearts are for blood. My only true love is inside this mug. That's what it says. It's our anti-Valentine's Day mug. I think I have one around here. Maybe. Like, I have several finished in the front, but I thought I had one bisque that I could show you the medallion. but I don't see it right away. Hmm. Oh, really? You want to put that on a yarn bowl? You can. Well, my only true love is inside this bowl. Okay. I was like, doesn't it say mug on it? But yeah, bowl. Yep, just one simple alteration. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here's one. Yeah, thank you. So, this is what we were talking about. The roses are dead, hearts are for blood. My only true love is inside this mug. We could make that, instead of mug, just make it say bowl. Yeah, and so just an actual heart outline. Heart medallion. Yeah, no, it's a stamp, but I'd make another stamp with the word bowl, or just maybe do one the word bowl and then just put it on there, stamp it on there. Because you wouldn't even have to rearrange all the text. Put it over here. All right, so this is 1 pound, 2 ounces, and it is going to be a mug, just like the one over here. Just like our heart mug. Yes! Like, do you want it just to be like plain text, or do you want it to be like Moulin Rouge font, or something, something fancier? Or the medallion a specific shape? Yes, you did, yeah. And then, like, he gets to work from home, right? All right. Let's reset my guide. Oh, Arm, would it be possible to do something on the soap dishes? There's just not a lot of room there. Especially not a lot of level room, you know? Now, soap pumps you can do a lot more with because they're taller. They're like the bottles I was making yesterday, and so you could put like a whatever you wanted to on them. I actually did make a couple custom order soap pump bottles that said like F COVID-19 on them at one point. Yep. So I have customized those before. That's right, I did. Put your logo on a soap pump. And I have put things on flat items like spoon rests or the notions dishes, and like uh, stamp them with underglaze and then just put a clear glaze on them so they don't have the color. So Droda, for custom sculptures like that, I would look at one of two Twitch streamers. Like one is Paul Pape Designs. So and thank you for the follow. He specializes in doing like individual custom works, and he can do busts, and he does a little bit of everything. But he can do that. Also, C Not Bush on Twitch does sculptures, but I don't know how backed up he is as far as like what he's been working on. Paul Pape, Pape. And I'm trying to think. I don't know if that's his actual website or not, but I think it may be. So if you look up yeah, thank you, Kira. Can you type out Paul's name? Those are the first two sculptors that come to mind. I'm sure there are many, many people who might be willing to take that commission. But you might look around at the sculpture tags and see who you can find. Thank you, Kira. You were Googling it, but like, yeah, let's look at Twitch Creative, yes. Pippa, please, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for the follow. Crystal Wolf, yay, foods. Peppa, hello. Yeah, welcome. How are you? We are doing pretty good here. We are trying to make a few things. We've made pitchers today. We've made some flower pots, and now I'm on to the mugs. Drive safely, Crystal. Oh, Pippa, I got it right. Good. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I just kind of like guess. Most of the time, it's just guessing. But if I ever like horribly butcher your name or just say it a little bit wrong, you know, I'd like to know. I'd like to be able to pronounce things correctly. You know, Adorn, you notice the way I did some of the D20 tankard glazes? Yes, that's how I'm doing the D20s now, with the kind of inverted so that the dice shows color. I think I started doing that this year at Origins. I just like the way it turned out. Cosmic Rose, I guess, were you trying to share a link to somebody? Just type their name out because you can't share links. Is it easier to do the wax that way versus the original way? It takes a little bit longer, but I like the way it looks just because we do wax all of the lines, but it's not that hard. Because we just take a sponge brush and just go over highlight over them, but like cleaning all that off, sometimes it's hard not to like wipe away all the glaze inside the design. But like I say, it's worth it for the way it looks. There we go. I have one that says, so the ones I've made before or ones I have in stock. Like I might have the one that says I crochet and I know things. Or did you buy that one? Because I had one. I knit and I know things. I crochet and I know things. And then I have a stamp that I just made a custom piece for that was I weave and I know things. And of course I drink and I know things. What else would we want to put there? Like a spin? I quilt and I know things. I know I've got a couple of the ones that say make it so, SEW, in stock. Overdid it with this one. That last one was too small. Now this one's way too big. I'm trying to just compress that back down. Drew, you emailed Paul? Good, yeah. The I drink and I know things, or I knit and I know things. That's the yarn bowl that you got, yeah. And that one goes quick when you have it in. Yeah, that's something that, like, even if you don't know Game of Thrones, it's still kind of a universal saying. I read and I know things. Ooh. That actually, I might do that one. Because that's one thing from Dragon Con. People were asking me for different book references or just things about reading in general or literature. So that's a good one. So I might have to make that one. Oh, just the word book talk. Come on. Come on. Book talk made me read it. I've still not like spent more than just like 5 seconds on TikTok. So pitiful. Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, so something like just a little neuro spicy. That sounds so much better. Over here getting me out at. Come on. I'm getting a good purr. Oh, is that not what you wanted? Hmm? No, I'm gonna go till 6. Kiba just wanted pets. Thanks, buddy. I gotta appease my supervisors and get clay out of their fur. Come on. Oh, Minnie was gonna help you. Yeah, wag that stubby tail. Gotta keep up his minerals. I need some of the water too, buddy. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Go see. Why? Hmm. Well, that vent is back there, so I mean, we may. It might be open because I've got the kiln on, so it might be open. What? Feel better? Here we go.
The door's open, and I think that's what it is, but I did notice it does say air E1 on the
Okay.
candles.
I'll be right back, guys. Just a second. I'll leave you here with Kiba. Where did Kiba go? Did he follow me? Copper Moth, hey, thank you for the raid. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Is that all I have to do to have Kiba leave me alone, is just walk away? Copper Moth, thank you for the follow and welcome. Yeah, good afternoon. Mink, yes, you just missed Kiba, but we do have Minnie here. Copper Moth, you're dropping people off then running to dinner. Yes, have a good supper. Thank you so much for stopping by. Can somebody tell us what Copper Moth was working on today? Knitting a shawl, nice. So what I'm working on right now are some of my coffee mugs. Today's pottery adventure is drinking vessels. We've actually made a couple of different things. We started off making some pitchers, and then we made some flower pots. And now we are back to mugs. Mugs are by far like the most popular thing that I sell. It's what I sell the most of, so it's usually what you're going to see me making. But I'm trying to build up my inventory of other items too, so I'm making a few other things and then filling in the rest with mugs. Yari, you love that the coffee mugs are large. Yeah, these hold 20 ounces, the ones that I'm making now. So people don't understand large coffee refills are needed, right? That way you can say, honestly, I've only had 1 cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee. That's it. Yeah, it's the one. If you yeah, it's up here. You can see it's one of the pitchers and the one of the mugs, one of the 20-ounce coffee mugs. That's our anti-Valentine's Day mug. We were showing it off earlier. It says, "Roses are red, hearts are for blood. My only true love is inside this mug." You've used your mug for tea, cider, oatmeal, ice cream, ramen, vodka? We don't judge. Actually, we make a mug that says may contain bourbon because we are in Kentucky. I do make tankards. Tankards in 24 ounces. Tankards have a wider base on them. 24 ounces and then 32 ounces. Seeing if I had one over here. That is a pitcher, yes. That's what I was making earlier. I made the body shape of this, and then if they dry out by tonight, I can put some of the handles on them. But that's the shape I was making. And then here's the mug. "24-ounce tankards, yeah, 2 cans of Mountain Dew at a time." Love the As You Wish tankard, yes. I don't know if we have that one in stock. We actually just put the tankards that we have in stock on the website so you can see which ones are there. Oh, that's right, Cosmic Rose, you've ordered a As You Wish tankard before. do we have to bake it first before putting on the handle? No, no. It just has to dry out a little bit. So once this dries out enough that I can maybe pick it up without squishing it, then I'll put a handle on. But it has to be put on before it's completely air dried. So usually, like, it's raining now, so it might take a little bit longer, but usually by the evening, after a couple of hours, I can put a handle on it. And that's after a couple of hours of it just, sitting out in the room, drying out. Kiba left shortly after I did earlier. Yes. He's like, I was only up here for pets. I've made little like stair steps over here so he can get up and down easier. It's just my buckets, glazed buckets, stacked next to each other, so he doesn't have to make a big jump up or down. Though he will still sit over there and like meow at me until I come get him, because I am a well-trained human. Your cat would not be that well behaved, yeah. Well, a lot of Kiba's well-behaved nature comes from the fact that he cannot jump that well. From whatever happened to him, he doesn't have good balance because of his tail and whatever happened to him. And now, especially, I mean, he's old. He's over 15 years old, so he doesn't move quickly in any way. So we spoil him even more than normal. Hey, Nolden. I know you were talking to the cat, but I thought I would respond. It's very relaxing, isn't it, though? Yeah, no, it's so many people say that it's relaxing to watch, but it's relaxing for me to do as well, which is probably why I still enjoy doing it. And I enjoy making multiples. Like a lot of people I've talked to say, "Oh no, that takes the joy out of it, making multiples." But like they say that would be torturous. But I enjoy getting into the rhythm of it. That's the part that's relaxing to me. What are multiples? Oh, like what I'm doing now, making several of the same thing over and over again. Multiples are more than one. Like some people think, it might be boring just to make the same thing over and over again. But for me, the repetitive motions are very soothing. Like when I get on a good roll, I can make about 100 of these in between 4 and 5 hours, depending on how many cat breaks I have to take. And good practice, yes. Nolan, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm going to a show in March, which is an order taking show, which means I'm going to take a lot of samples and then take orders to fill later. It's a wholesale show, so it'll be different retail organizations ordering things either with their logo on them or just ordering stock for their stores. And so what I'll do is I'll tally up all the orders I get, and then if I have orders for 10 pie plates, I'll make all the pie plates together and make all the pitchers or mugs together. Do restaurants put in orders a lot? I have one big restaurant that orders from me on a regular basis. I've actually got some of their pieces in the works. They it's mostly mugs, but they do order pie plates too. They bake in the pie plates and they serve food in them, and then same thing with the mugs. They serve drinks in the mugs, and then they sell them in their gift shop. So they go through a lot. It's a resort. But I have a lot of like coffee shops that order mugs, logo mugs and such. More than just restaurants. And then some of the customers that I know will be at this show are state parks. So I have a couple of different state parks I do custom logo mugs for. Hey, Looper, you have 3 tankards, a soup mug, and a custom red gravy boat. And 2 yarn bowls. I'd forgotten about the gravy boat. Auntie Sasquatch? Sasquatch? Thank you for the raid. Good afternoon and welcome to the studio. How's everybody doing? Paulzanis of Ithaca. And Keelan, hello. Thank you for the follow. Kit, you said the glazes get more beautiful every time you see them. And I need to like fix my other glaze chart frame. It fell, and so it's. I think I still have all the glaze bits, glaze chips, but I just gotta reattach them to the board. Hey, Auntie. Today I'm working on mugs. I've made pictures and we've made some flower pots, and now I'm back to mugs. Mugs are what you probably are used to seeing me make because that's what I sell the most of. But but I'm trying to build up some stock of some other items. So I'm trying to make some of those other items first, and then crank out a bunch of mugs. So the pictures look like that. I made some of the smaller 1-quart pitchers, and I've got to decide how many of the bigger ones I want to make. How do I do the designs with writing on them? It seems pretty difficult. It is actually a rubber stamp. So once these dry out a little bit, I'll be able to attach handles to them, and at the same time I'll attach a separate thin clay medallion. I roll out a very thin slab of clay and then use rubber stamps to press the designs into the clay, cut that out, and put that on the mug. And we make our own rubber stamps. So we can, that's why we can do so many, different custom things and try out different designs with ease. Yeah, like, where'd my towel go? Probably was walking around with it and lost it. Oh well. They clean, don't they? But this one, you can kind of see, if I hold it up, right? You can kind of see how the medallion kind of is like raised off of the pot. So it's just a very thin slab of clay. Oh, big yawn. Kit, yes. So it says, it's our anti-Valentine's Day mug. It says, roses are red, hearts are for blood. My only true love is inside this mug. We also have like some fun couples mugs that like hubby and wifey and player 1 and player 2. And that one, so I will clean that one off before I ship it to someone, but we do have those in stock on the website. Oh, Auntie said your mother-in-law makes things like this and it's fascinating to watch. Yes. Like I do this for a living and I still enjoy watching other people make pottery, work on the wheel, or do any type of repetitive task or craft because it's just it's relaxing. So, Auntie, what were you working on today? What were you streaming? To get it out of her way. I just set a mug over there, didn't I? She's over there licking it. Sorry, I saw Minnie like trying to like step over the mug, and I just rescued the mug. Now she didn't step on it, but she did lick it. And that's what it looks like when a cat licks a mug. Let me get some more tiles. We got 21 so far. I can't. Yeah, you just found the not safe for work category, yes. So, Auntie, so were you doing like a drawing of backlit makeup, or are you saying you do makeup? I'm confused. Hey, Dirt. Nolden, what is the tool called? Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. What was I using at the time? I mean, like the pottery wheel? And then this is a sponge, just to hold water. Because technically you're supposed to have a thin layer of water between your hands and the clay so that your hands don't stick to the clay. Oh, you're glowing right now. the thing that I detail with. Oh, okay. I'm thinking maybe you mean like at this point I'm about to smooth this out. So it's this is a piece of metal, and I call it the metal rib of death because it's just a piece of sheet metal, really thin, so that it can bend and get good curves on a piece. But it is a thin piece of metal, and I've been sitting here sharpening it for years, and so it will cut you, and it will cut you worse than a paper cut because you won't know it, and you'll just look down and you won't feel it, but you'll look down and you'll be bleeding. But I'm putting pressure on the inside, just a little bit of pressure on the inside, and then shaping it with the rib on the outside. That helps to, besides just shaping the piece, it helps to give the walls some support. So while I'm throwing this thin, it helps kind of compress the walls and shape it, especially at the bottom, and give it more strength. This was a little bit too tall, so I'm compressing the rim. I am measuring these. I'm using a guide set up in OBS to measure the height on these. I measured the first one, and then the rest of them I'm just throwing to that same height. Years and years. Not losing it is a lifetime achievement, yes. Because the clay is not abrasive. It's a very smooth clay body, so it doesn't wear it down, but you can see, I mean, see the profile there? See? It used to be one big curve. Now it's a little bit indented. So, right there. Nope, we're frozen. Whoops. There we are. But yeah, so you can see kind of the profile of what it probably should be right there. Yeah. So it'll wear down after a while. Yeah, so there's very few tools. There's my sponge, and then what I use to trim away a little bit of clay off of the bottom. Because I'm not going to be doing any other trimming on these. They're going to have flat bottoms. Oh, my guide went away. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Get him off. Thank you for the follow. So I've got no, then yeah, yes there is. The not safe for work section. The things we cannot advertise on Facebook. That was like so for a while that was one of the things I was wholesaling the most were the curse word mugs. And oh, UK shipping really does suck. It does. I'm sorry, but we can get it there. You absolutely love seeing artisans doing their craft. Two of your favorite YouTube channels to watch is a violin maker from Australia. Hold on, I gotta look at what I'm doing. It's like his meticulous attention to detail is awe-inspiring. He has to be very detail-oriented. 1/10 of a millimeter off will affect the player's ability to play. Wow. Who's buying them wholesale? Yarn shops. Yarn and knitting hobbyist shops. Craft supply places. That's who is buying them. So it started out as like, I've always taken custom orders, and someone ordered that, like, F off, I'm knitting on a custom mug. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll make it. It's like kind of like angsty, but I'll make it fine. It'll be a one-time thing. And that person posted it on social medias, and then I got tons of orders for them, and then people started asking me to wholesale them. I'm like, I'll do whatever, y'all. Just whatever. Don't mess with people who carry around pointy sticks. Because for a long time I was making mostly yarn bowls and not many mugs. That yarn bowls is what actually got me to go full-time doing this, because I was wholesaling so many of them. And then I slowly started adding a lot of mugs. Olaf the violin maker? I think I've heard of that. I think I have. You know, some people like the curse word mugs. Some people think they're hilarious. Some people get offended, but you know, more people think they're hilarious than get offended by them. And what's funny too is like, I make so many of them that I forget they're here, and because they're just like part of the landscape of the studio now. And so we'll have people come in, like used to have people come in about once a year. A group come in that was like the local high school business group, and they would go take them around and visit local businesses, and I'm always the art representative. And so they would come do a tour and talk about what we do here, and like, so I'd have like, you know, a classroom full of building full of high schoolers coming in, and they start sniggering at something that they see, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to turn around the curse word mugs. Oh, Kit, thank you. Yeah, we have fun with it. And that's one thing that came out of doing so much for the knitting industry and making so many yarn bowls. Like, seriously, at one point, I was making nothing else but yarn bowls. So because I was making the same form over and over again, I got to experiment more with patterns and textures and colors, and you know, apply that to this one form. So that's why we ended up with so many colors. Oh yeah, you saw. Yeah, we the leather straps that Moko made for us. We've got some. You can order them online. No, they really helped us out being able to get us the potion bottle straps so quickly, and they and they work well. Yeah, we have more colors than most places you've seen, and like it is much, much easier to have a large variety of colors online than it is in person. So, like, what I will do for our show we're about to go to, the wholesale show, I'm making all my pieces, and I'll take everything and make them all in one color. So we'll have a display of all the different forms I make, and I'll fix this and the other one that goes with it, and I'll have this framed like in a prominent spot so people can see all the colors, but so I don't have to make everything in every color. I think I cut this off, yeah, I did. But yeah, it's hard to have all the different colors that people might want represented when you're going to a show and you've got like a 10 by 10 booth and you've got several different things you're trying to sell and market. But online you can have, just all the colors there for people to pick out. And since I'm making most things, to order anyway, I don't have to keep everything in stock. But that being said, we do have quite a bit of stock online if anybody is looking for something to ship quickly. Hey, Orla Vamp, how are you doing? I think this will be my last one. I think I've got 25 now. Make another one, and then I'll get these put together tonight and be back to make some more tomorrow. You doing good? You just been working? Hey, I know that feeling. Last week we were snowed in. And now I think today it was got up to 60 degrees. We went from Sunday at -5 to now we're 60 degrees. So I'm really surprised I'm able to breathe. With that drastic change in weather. Was I snowed in the studio? I was snowed in at our house. Actually, we were only it was only one day that I could not get out. But a couple days it took me a while just to get in and out. I did have to shovel our driveway. Does the weather affect the process? Only in that when it rains, things are going to take longer to dry out, or if it's a drier day, things will dry out quickly. So if I want to put handles on something, I've got to pay attention to them. That's it. It just kind of affects how long the process takes. Maker Deck, thank you for the follow. It never snowed there. You just had pipes broken pipes. Oh no. Where did my towel go? Here it is. So that was it. I've got 26 mugs, and then 20 something other things. So close to 50 pieces. So not too bad for today. That keyboard is a trooper, right? It works. It works. let's see who we want to go see. We're going to go see Valencia Glass. Here we go. Valencia Glass is a glass blower. And so they stream the process in their studio. He does it really well, too. I got to meet them in person this year at TwitchCon. See, it still works. Only had to press the space bar once. All right, so I am done for the day. I'm going to go figure out what's for supper. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the new follows. Just Seven King, thank you for the follow. And I will see y'all later. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow, probably doing more of the same. More throwing, trying to get some stock built up. So hope to see you then. Have a good night.